Today I'm going to discuss about the interceptor in Angular Spring Boot security. Here the code change that is for interceptor only for the Angular, and Spring Boot it's providing the service. Okay, so how to prepare the interceptor? First I have to write a service, that is nggs, say basic auth HTTP interceptor service, any name you can give. So this service I have to mark it as interceptor. So how to make that as interceptor? So you have to implement HTTP interceptor, so it will becoming interceptor, and you have to override the function that is intercept, and there is HTTP request and the HTTP handler. So let me show it what is present in the interceptor itself. Okay, here finally next dot handle. Okay, here what we have done, that during login we are giving that header, right, during service call. So during service call I'm also storing in the session storage the basic auth. Okay, so what I'm going to check, that if we have already login or not. So if it is already login and also have the basic authentication, then it will set the headers and in the request, so it will intercept the request and set it. Okay, now next thing is that how to store the data in the session storage during login. When you are going to login, say let me show it from the URL itself. So it is 4200. First you will get the login page, right? So when we are login, it will finally coming here, that is this is login page. Earlier what we used to do, that we store that, we everything that store the auth in the M1. That's earlier what we do, and response type as text as JSON, because here in the user controller it's string, so I have made it as response type text as JSON. So here there is no change for it. Only change that I'm storing the username and the basic auth. So that thing what we are checking here in the interceptor, whether you have already logged in or not. So if you have already logged in, so authorization, that is header, has been set. So what happened during service call, here what we have to do, apart from the URL you have to provide the headers, because you have to give the username password. What is that username password? The username password which has been defined in the Spring security, that it will check that username password it's correct or not. So I have to give it a dur and p, so it will check that whether it is matching or not. Okay, so for login there is no change, only change is that so in login you see that header also passing. Okay, so in login use header during service call as earlier. Okay, only thing is that you need to add the data, that is username and the basic auth, which is checking in the HTTP interceptor. Okay, and here is the, this is the another service that is for the all users. So what is there in the all users? It's providing data. So here I have used the collection and it's providing the data. Okay, so the problem is, so if you are directly hitting that collections, you will not getting data. Okay, let me show it. If I just hitting the person here, okay, and after that if you click on the find users, it will hit the, that is it will coming to the get users, and finally uh, hitting the service, REST API service in the Java. And earlier what happened, so before interceptor we have to give the headers also, and also hard-coded value, so username, password, everything, and putting in the header and passing header as well. Now after including interceptor, I don't write any header here. Okay, I am not passing header because it's already login. Okay, so if I click here, you are not able to reach here because uh, this is secure or authenticate to the authorized to the user Raddur. Okay, so you are not allowed here. But same thing, you see that person as a link, and if you log in here with the authorized user, okay, and it will connect to the persons. Okay, and if you click here, now you are going to get the data. Okay, so no header is required now. Earlier we have to hard coded the value, so you may have multiple service call, so you don't have to hard code anything. And this is the testing, so direct link, what I have shown here. So when you are hitting directly persons, then it will go to the check that routers. Okay, and again check that routers link, and finally coming to find users, you will get the error. But if you log in and navigate to that persons, because you have already logged in, okay, then click on the find users, you will get data. Okay, and regarding code, you know that in app.module.ts you have to provide HTTP interceptors and the use class, that is the service what you have written. Okay, and in the login.html I have just written router link. So this is the router link, where it is that router link, app routing module. Okay, so this is the person's router link, it's coming to the person itself. So this way you can implement the interceptor in Angular. Okay, hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much.